Alexandra Koch and her husband are waiting to find out the gender of their baby.
I see her, just a feeling.
This sonogram is one of the few things they were able to salvage from their home in Bat Cave after Helene.
Something to look at and remember why you have to be strong and keep going forward.
It's been a long 2 weeks for them.
It was so incredibly unexpected that anything like to this scale ever could have happened.
As the storm was coming through and they lost power, the couple went to their neighbors with their pets. A few hours later, in daylight, they realized the nearby creek rose like never before.
And I see this building floating by. And I said, "Is that someone's house?" And he says, "That's the back of our house." Like, it was such a surreal moment. I had to go sit down. I couldn't watch anymore.
Part of their house detached and started floating away in the floodwaters.
Fought really hard to be able to be homeowners, something we were really proud of.
In an instant, their dream home became unlivable and even inaccessible as the bridge into the neighborhood washed away, making a helicopter rescue their only way out.
That river is a creek, but it looks like this huge riverbed now.
For now, they're staying at her parents' home in Pinehurst as they're piecing their life back together.
Been really lucky to be here, but I have friends who, their closest families in California or even overseas.
Their next step is finding a rental close to her job in Asheville, which provides their health insurance.
I think that there's a lot of people who also lost their homes who had no choice but to find a rental situation immediately. So now we're having a bit of trouble finding anything.
They have expanded their search, hoping to find something temporary.
So we're having to look as far out as my commute being well over an hour one way just to get to work.
In spite of all the unknowns, Koch feels lucky her growing family is safe and for so much more.
I'm feeling immensely grateful for all the ways that we've been shown love and support over the last 2 weeks.
Coffee and community
Good to see you, man.
go hand in hand at Zuma Coffee and Marshall.
You betcha.
These days, owner Joel Friedman is serving a cup of joe and conversation from this coffee truck across the French Broad River.
We get a lot of attention by people driving by and through the Facebook posts and such, but it's mostly our regulars.
And in this tight-knit community, he knows customers by name.
Thanks, John.
This temporary setup came in the aftermath of Helene. Debris and damage are still visible when you drive around this small town.
Every morning I wake up in disbelief. I have to slowly ease back into it. It's still unbelievable.
It's more unbelievable when you watch this video from September 27, 2024. Friedman's friend recorded the floodwaters covering Main Street, across the street from the rental space that housed Zuma Coffee.
The water, came up about 8 feet high in the building. Everything washed right out of the windows. Windows broke, all the equipment, all the tables and chairs, all the memories went right out with it.
Friedman watched the water rise at his business from his apartment across the river.
And there was no difference between the road here and the river. You couldn't tell where one started and the other stopped.
And once the water receded, he saw the damage firsthand.
All the equipment was jumbled up. Seemed like it had been turned into a washing machine.
His landlord is now making repairs to the building. Once the building is fixed, Friedman plans to return to the community meeting spot to create more memories.
But when you see this town spirit and the resiliency and the heroes that popped up, you just want to be there for them.
This local favorite dates back 23 years.
You were there from the beginning.
I know.
Yeah.
When you were across the street.
I know, you were just a youngster.
Elizabeth and Charlotte Ayers are glad Zuma remains open and see the importance of supporting the business.
I grew up in Marshall. I went to school on the island, so I was a
a river rat. This was my town.
Friedman didn't have insurance, but online donations and other sources are helping him bounce back.
The truck helps a little bit, savings helps a little bit, and not spending money.
And his community is what keeps him moving forward.
Even in this ravaged state, I still see the beauty of the river, the trees, the mountains. But all in all, it was the people that brought me here and keeps me here.
In Marshall, Estephany Escobar, Spectrum News 1. Jamie Gray is hard at work.
Yes, I love it.
Helping to keep Charlotte clean.
I just like picking up trash. I've always liked driving with one arms.
The job requires some puzzle solving.
Because you have to figure out how to run the route without missing cans and stuff.
What it doesn't typically require is getting out of the truck.
If I see something that's out of the ordinary for me.
When Tropical Storm Debbie came through North Carolina in early August, a downed tree on a home in West Charlotte caught his attention, and then a girl's voice.
And I thought it was maybe somebody forgot to put the can out. So I was about to keep on going. Then I heard her clearly say, "Help, help."
When he got out of the truck, he saw 2 young children and a family member at the door.
The little girl was screaming, and the little boy was shaking to death.
Gray says he dialed 911 and asked the adult if he wanted help getting the children out of the house.
I went right here and stood in front of where the roof was fell in, and I picked them up over that and carried them to the car.
Gray, who has a 3-year-old, says his fatherly instincts kicked into gear right away.
It makes me feel like that could be my kid, and I want somebody to do the same for me, to help them out.
He arrived right after the tree fell.
It was a lot bushier and more green because it just happened, and it was pouring down rain.
As he visits the site almost 2 weeks after it happened, he still doesn't call himself a hero.
I was here at the right time at the right moment.
Lori Ledwell knows the ins and outs of this sewing machine,
The yellow side up.
using her sense of touch to run it and thread a bobbin.
When I first came here, I thought, I have to thread that bobbin. I can't even see the hole. But I just learned how to do it by feel, and it's just, no big deal.
Ledwell is legally blind and works at Lions Services in Charlotte making textiles for the military. Here, almost half of the staff is blind or visually impaired.
This is a place where your blindness is not considered a handicap because they help us.
One way is with markings on the floor.
Because I can feel the line with my cane.
Her white cane helps her navigate the world.
Well, I couldn't walk around by myself without it.
But she says not everyone recognizes this mobility tool outside these walls. A beer called Tap Tap C aims to change this, one pour at a time. This West Coast IPA is a collaboration between Triple C Brewing Company and Lions Services.
I think just putting yourselves in other people's shoes and looking at some different perspectives is always a good way to go through life.
With this campaign, Lions Services wants to increase awareness about blindness.
Blindness comes in different degrees, and not everyone can appear to be blind, even though they may be. And also that not everyone that's blind wants to have assistance.
Part of the proceeds will benefit this nonprofit, which helps people who are blind and visually impaired have independent lives.
So here, I feel like I'm a productive member of society because, I have a job and I'm being productive every day.
And with her white cane, she has her cherished independence.
To help you have, more of a life to where you don't have to, you can do normal things, go out in the community and